Welcome back, everybody. My name's Harley Dugan, and this is The Lead. Today's video, guys, we're going to be doing a recap of the Houston Texans free agency. And yes, the main idea, we all know the main idea of what happened. We are going to leave that to the end, and I will do my rant about that later on. Stay tuned. But to begin this video, basically what the Texans did for free agency, they just re-signed everybody that they needed to re-sign. The only person they really let go was DJ Reader, Jalila Dye. The only big name was DJ Reader. Other than that, they re-signed everybody that was a Texan. And that was pretty much it. They signed a few players, one of them being Randall Cobb, who's going to be a really great slot receiver for this Houston Texans team. Not great, but more average to good. And then besides him, they signed a right tackle. I can't pronounce his last name. Qvale? I don't know. I don't know how to say his name, but he's not going to be much. I don't know who Jalen Watkins is. All I know is he's a half-brother of Sammy Watkins. That's his greatest highlight. And then Eric Murray. Not even Cleveland Browns fans know who Eric Murray is, and he played for the Cleveland Browns. This is a sad time for the Houston Texans, guys. This video brings a tear to my eye, man. I really thought these Texans could have done something this offseason to really push themselves into Super Bowl contenders, and they really didn't. They really dropped the ball on this one, and we got one person to thank for, and it's Bill O'Brien. That summarizes the free agency, because Bill O'Brien, he is going to get a lot of heat, which he already has, and we're about to turn up the oven on this one, guys. It's been rough this offseason. Very, very rough, man. Had to clean my hands because, never too safe. Lord O'Brien, with his iron fist, has traded away the best player for your Houston Texans. DeAndre Hopkins is no longer a Houston Texan. Brings tears. It brings hatred. It brings vitriol to Bill O'Brien, to the Texans, to everybody in the organization. Literally, it's a unanimous decision in the city of Houston and the NFL that the trade is absolutely bonkers, absolutely stupid, ridiculous. It is one of the worst trades I have ever seen in my lifetime. Almost in NFL history, arguably. You trade DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson, you get a second-round pick, you get a fourth-round pick next year, and you give up one of your fourths with Hopkins. And you take on the salary of David Johnson. So it's ridiculous. You get a running back that has been injury-prone for the last few years. His really good year was 2016. You saw him last year, and if you see his footage, guys, he's kind of lost a step. I'm not really excited for David Johnson. I am with this offensive line, and you can take some of the load off of him with Duke Johnson, but he is not worth DeAndre Hopkins. And to me, Bill O'Brien grading David Johnson as a first-round pick, because that's to me what he graded David Johnson as a first-round pick. It's ridiculous. I can't. There's no words to describe the mindset of Bill O'Brien. Literally a monkey clapping. The little tambourine monkey clapping right now. That's the mind of Bill O'Brien. And the Houston Texans, I don't know how they respond to this afterwards. Look, the positive outlook on this is, well, as long as you got number 4 suiting up for you every weekend. Guys, he can only do so much. He's going to keep you in games, and you're going to be competitive no matter what with Deshaun Watson. He's a special player, and he will be the best player for the Houston Texans. He probably is now. I don't know who the best player is. After you trade Hopkins, it probably is Deshaun Watson. Up there with JJ when he's healthy, Tunsil, Cunningham. And now you're looking, So, guys, this hurts. It was hard to see him go to the Arizona Cardinals. It's hard to see the tweets and the aftermath of this trade. Seeing Deshaun Watson tweet out, different stuff, silently taking jabs. Guys, Deshaun Watson should just come out sooner or later, someone's got to come out and take a stand and let Bill O'Brien know, or whoever. I don't care if it's O'Brien, Easterby, Cal, McNair, the owner. I don't care. Deshaun Watson, the only way you get around this is Deshaun Watson has to come out and speak his opinion. Just say it. Come out and talk to the Texans and demand his money, or I go. And if y'all give me the money, then I need the coach to go. He has the power of a LeBron James for the Houston Texans to dictate who he wants as a head coach. And he needs to show his power and tell the Texans, you pay me and that coach has to go. You don't pay me, I leave. And I go to New England or whoever I need to go to be successful. Because right now, Bill O'Brien is holding down the success of Deshaun Watson. I truly believe that. About 90% of the fans believe that. Make it 95% of the fans believe that. The NFL believes that. When it's unanimous that the whole NFL thinks that Bill O'Brien is an absolute idiot, it's ridiculous, guys. There's no place for Bill O'Brien to be coach, to GM. He doesn't need to be doing anything anymore. I had some faith in O'Brien. I thought the small amount of track record I saw with him bringing Duke Johnson and Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills, it wasn't the greatest trade for Laramie Tunsil. You got rid of Jadeveon Clowney, but you did bring in a Garyon Conley with the 3rd round pick. It's just these trades are not smart. Hopkins is a horrible trade. Clowney was a horrible trade. Let's be real. That was a horrible trade. It didn't hurt as me much losing the Jadeveon Clowney, but again, you lose a great defensive end, and now you just lost arguably the best receiver in football. And who else? Who's next? Guys, Bill O'Brien, who's next? I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand his mindset. I need to see what his plan is. I need to see what he does in the draft, and because as of now, you don't have a top receiver. You didn't get better at running back. You re-signed everybody, pretty much. You just re-signed everybody. So where does that bring your defense? Because you didn't bring no defense. All you did was re-sign everybody. You basically got this. You're running with the same defense with no DJ Reader. How did you get better on defense? It's ridiculous. Now you don't have a nose tackle. You didn't bring anybody to supplement that. Brandon Dunn can only do so much. To me, to bring up DJ Reader's production, you need at least 2 or 3 guys to do some of the production. I'm not saying DJ Reader was worth that money. Get paid, DJ. I don't blame you. But you got to have someone to complement that, to support the production that you just left off. You brought in Roby, I don't mind it. You brought in Hargraves, okay, I don't mind it. You re-signed Phillip Gaines, okay, question marks. But hey, depth at corner, right? Guys, the Texans still have a hole in the secondary, a hole in the edge, a hole at running back, and now you just made a black hole at receiver. Because how can you go into the season and be confident that Will Fuller, Kenny Stills, and Randall Cobb will not get hurt? Randall Cobb has injury history. Kenny Stills wasn't staying healthy for you last year. Will Fuller, you can sneeze on him, and he's going to get more than just a coronavirus. I mean, the guy will probably break his leg if you sneeze on him. That's that bad. The guy gets hurt every damn day. He can barely walk down the stairs. I mean, it's ridiculous. Those 3 guys, how can you be confident in this Houston Texans team, guys? I can't. I'm not confident at all. And as the saying goes, through thick and thin, this is the thickest and the thinnest for me as a Houston Texan fan. I am literally on the verge of just saying, F this team. F it. F the season. I'm on the verge of it, guys. The only hope I have, and it's about 4% hope, that 4% is for number 4, Deshaun Watson. He's the only guy that gives me hope on this team. It's just, you got guys that have injury history. You didn't bring in anybody prominent. you better hope that someone falls into the draft for you, and you gotta hope that all your draft picks are bangers. You gotta hope they're just ballers. They come in and they're not, hey, they might not be day one starters, but they're contributing to the team. Deshaun Watson is gonna take a hit for this in his production. I wish the best for Deshaun Watson. I really hope he does not, tail off at all. He is still the man. I don't blame him for anything. Believe me, guys. Deshaun doesn't get no blame. But Lord O'Brien, I mean, he's running his dictatorship right now, and he doesn't care who he gets rid of. When you have rumors of JJ and Tashawn Gibson and McKinney and I don't mind getting rid of players, but you need to give me something in return. And then if you're going to get rid of someone, then you need to sign someone to supplement the production you're going to lose. Because, guys, it is ridiculous. Bill O'Brien is an absolute just home wrecker. He's a home wrecker. Let's be real. What has he done in the 7 years? What has he done? All he raves about is division titles every damn year, and how hard it is to win a football game, and how he loves versatility. Guys, Bill O'Brien is it's over. I don't know how this relationship fixes itself. The only way I see O'Brien still with this Texans team is if he goes 12-4, 13-3. Bill, you're going to have to give me a first round bye or be a second seed in the playoffs, maybe a third seed, but you better be a damn dominant third seed. This team needs to wreck next year if you're going to have me jump my 4% to 14 to 34 to 54 and bring me hope back on this team, because right now Bill O'Brien has killed all the hope. He's killing Deshaun Watson's career, and he is killing this Houston Texans team. We got him to blame. The owner has to take some blame, and somebody with the balls has to step in and just end whatever the hell O'Brien thinks he's doing. Someone with balls has to do this. Whether it's the owner, whether to me it should be Deshaun Watson or somebody else on this team that is not afraid to go straight up to the coach, or just go straight to the owner. Go straight above the coach. F the coach, because the coach don't know crap. Let's be real. You say something, he'll trade you. This is very saddening. I'm very disheartened for my Texans. I had so much optimism going into this offseason, and for it to end, or somewhat being the end of this and the end of the Hopkins era, I mean, it's saddening. It's disheartening. It's distraughtful. I'm at a loss of words. I just couldn't believe he traded someone so valuable, and you don't get nothing in return when you see other receivers get multiple picks, in return, that aren't on the level of a DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins dictates coverages. He makes sure everyone else's game is better. Who is going to help Will Fuller right now? Because DeAndre Hopkins dictates the secondary. He has to have a corner and a safety looking at DeAndre Hopkins. Now, how does that help Will Fuller? How does that help Kenny Stills? How does that help? Because DeAndre Hopkins helps Deshaun Watson's game. Hopkins was third team All-Pro. Literally 1,200 yards almost every year for the last 3, 4, 5 years. The guy is so consistent, so durable. The spin moves against the Cowboys. It's saddening, man. I know I've said saddening multiple times. That's all I can feel. And I have a lot of hate for this coach of this Houston Texans team. And I hate to bring the mood down for this video, guys, but that's pretty much how it is. Bill O'Brien has really just ruined this Houston Texans team little by little. And now the building is starting to collapse internally as well. And hopefully we see what happens in the draft coming up. But guys, don't expect much. That's all I'm saying. And that's how it's going to be for this Texans team. But as always, I will be rooting and I will be watching with my 4% love for this team. So that's it for today's video, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, share it. And let me know what you think down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts? I already know that 100% of y'all have a consensus view of what the Texans are right now. But let me hear it out. Let out all your hate. And remember, as always, go Texans.